You are now listening to the Full Sport Press podcast, featuring hosts J-Hove, Jeff, and Weezy. Please enjoy the show.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Episode 312, right, cameraman? 312.
Yes, sir.
Got that Roni. Everybody washing their hands.
Yes, sir. You better.
Everybody quarantine.
Nobody's quarantined.
Yeah, you get out. You hit your Kroger's. You hit your Publix.
Everything's good, though.
Yeah, you good?
Jeff,
You got plenty of food. What's
why is
up?
this man why is he not canceling Russell, man? He got a month. It's April 5th. He got a while. You know what I'm saying? He got to wait and see.
Who cares?
Okay.
Who cares about the rest?
I mean,
Nah, I'm just.
90,000 people gonna be there.
90,000. You gonna be there, Jeff?
Nah.
You ain't gonna.
I want to go before that. I definitely
Why
going there.
With that Roni.
Yeah.
How you gonna
Not with
be
that
in the house,
Roni.
man? You got plenty of food in the house?
Plenty of
It
food.
doesn't matter if you have plenty of food in the house.
Damn, set me up. You ready to start? Greetings and salutations. I would like to welcome everybody back and some of you for the first time to the Full Sport Press Podcast, the premier sports podcast for the consummate sports fan. And this is your one-stop shop for all sports-related news and topics. I am J-Ho.
It's your boy, Big Jeff.
Weezy in the building. Say what's up. We said.
What's going on? What it do?
What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing?
Good, man. How about yourself?
Doing great. Thanks for asking, Jeff. Camera's always on.
Always
bro.
on, brother.
What about you, Weezy? How are you, man?
Oh man, lights all easy, man.
Lights all Weezy.
Lights all Weezy.
Lights all easy.
Clorox White Weezy.
It's rough.
For sure. But
Yes,
you
sir.
good, though.
I'm good right now.
Lights all
Right
Weezy.
now.
Sure.
Lights out.
Okay.
Sure.
Jeez.
That's sanitize on me.
Yeah. And I've been trying to tell y'all that for 20 years to keep the sanitizer on you. But
For real.
Yeah. No, yeah, for real. doTERRA, though.
Nah, for real better than that.
I'll do your damn lie, doTERRA.
You
Shout out
can't
to my
find
doTERRAs.
You can't find
Black-
for
Black-
doTERRAs.
Me.
Oh my god.
doTERRAs, your Achilles gang, Black. We got a lot.
Well, we ganged up for sure. Episode 312. We are bringing the 2019-20 NCAA basketball season to an end with our postseason award show.
FSP style.
Always FSP style.
Better damn know
And
it.
you better damn believe it.
Kick it off, Weezy. Best of the week. What you got?
Best of the week for me is to see Mark Cuban take care of his people in this state of need, man.
That's
Yeah.
right.
You
That's
know,
right.
not just athletes, but he took care of, the popcorn man,
Mhm.
the beer man.
Come on.
Yeah.
Who else?
The
The janitor.
janitor.
Come on, man.
Cotton candy,
You
man.
damn right.
So
Peanuts.
Peanuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So, that looked good for me for Mark Cuban.
For sure, man. Man of the people. For sure. What you got, Jeff?
Nashville, man. I normally don't talk about stuff like this, but got to get out and volunteer, help clean up the city a little bit, and just to see everybody out and about, man, it was pretty cool, man. Hadn't seen some people in a long time, seen
Right.
people from college, seen people asking about the show, like that was
Right.
weird.
Yeah.
But I got a chainsaw in my hand. You asked about the show, but it's all good though. Nah, just kidding. But it was fun, man. It's fun to see the city out after the tornadoes came through and shook us up a little bit.
Sure, man. Shout out to the scammers, too, man. We
Shout out
see
to you,
y'all,
Scam.
too.
We see y'all.
We see y'all,
Yeah.
for sure. My best of the week is the
Wow.
release of Jay Electronica's long-awaited debut album. It only took us 10-plus years, but it was worth the wait. Elec has basically the whole album featuring Jay-Z.
Yeah.
So, cheat code.
Oh,
But kind of sad that I didn't get an Exhibit C Part 2 with the Just Blaze production, but solid project overall. And it's worth the wait, I just don't want to wait another 10 years for another album.
I don't have to have another Jay Electronica album ever in my life.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, we got it.
We
We waited
got it.
10
10.
years. I
Yeah.
think I wait 10 more years for that.
Well, okay. all
So you
right.
wasn't impressed?
I was impressed by Jay-Z being 50 years old and still out-raps everybody.
Mhm. Okay. All right. Worst of the week, Weezy. What you got?
Also, week, man. We're still in emergency right now, man.
We are.
People going nuts.
Mm-hmm.
So it just, yeah.
Wash your hands.
Yeah.
Just
your
wash
hands,
your hands.
dog.
Yeah. Just wash your hands.
Think twice, man, before you react, man. Just
Yeah.
think about it.
Yeah. Wash your hands. More important.
Yeah,
Yeah,
please
sure.
wash your hands.
Most definitely. When you leave in the bathroom, wash your hands. When
Yeah.
you walking around, wash your hands.
Wash your hands.
If you living, wash your hands.
If you think, you gotta think about it. Wash your hands.
Mhm,
You don't remember the last time you washed your hands?
Wash your hands. Yeah, most definitely.
So,
Jeff, what you got? Worst of the week.
similar to Weezy, but people lining up to get into their chain promotion grocery stores, kind of defeats the purpose. So
It does. Like, you know,
A big crowd.
People are nervous.
I get it. People are nervous, but I mean, you're standing up close to strangers, but you're trying to disinfect your home, but you're standing right on top of other strangers.
Exactly.
It's a little weird.
We're in a different time right now.
We're in a different time.
Wash your hands,
please.
My worst of the week is Rudy Gobert for obvious reasons.
Rudy Gobert.
Just a little bit of a doof, but he exhibited a high level of when keeping it real goes wrong, for sure. So shout out to Rudy Gobert. Could have, but in actuality, it's my worst of the week of what he did. But I think single-handedly, man, he might have saved the United States by himself, for sure.
Because we was about to keep playing basketball.
He was going to continue. This was going to go on. I'm telling you.
If Rudy Gobert happened and everything,
We'll talk about it in a sec. Sure. Stat of the week, fellas. Yeah, for sure. Let's get to the stat of the week. Shout out to Bryce again, coming through like he comes through. This is fantasy football style. Michael Thomas scored more points in home games, 224.8, than Stephon Diggs and Odell Beckham did all season long. Also, part 2 to this. Shout out to Animal Brown, who collaborated with Bryce on this for this fine.
Shout out to Bryce.
Yeah, for sure. Jameis Winston threw more interceptions last year than Aaron Rodgers has thrown in the last 5 years combined. 30 to 27.
Nice.
Winston has 88 interceptions in 72 games, and Aaron Rodgers has 84 interceptions in 181 games in his career. So, stat of the week, man. Shout out to the guys.
He's compared to one of the greats. Shout out to James.
Oh my God, Jeff. Come on, man.
That's tough, James. Got to do better this year, man.
For sure.
Make sure you check us out on iTunes, Facebook, Instagram, Google Play, Stitcher, Beyond Pod, YouTube, and of course, the SoundCloud page to catch up on the full archive of past episodes of FSP. Just search Full Sport Press Podcast. And after you do that, check out the On Deck TV Hip Hop Podcast with Animal Brown and Spike Lee each and every Wednesday. This week's show is the Jadakiss album review, Ignatius.
Ignatius, is that how you?
Yeah, Ignatius. Shout out to Ignatius.
Sure.
Ice Pig.
Yeah, I like the hunting season record off of there.
That's about it for you?
Nah, I like Jada, man. Again, it goes back to the point I was talking about a couple of weeks back. I'm not trying to hear Jadakiss, T.I., Jeezy. It's my mid 2000, early 2000 fan. Like, I'm super fans of all of those guys.
Yeah.
I just would much rather listen to their older music than any new music.
Yeah, this was a Jadakiss Light album.
Yeah, for sure.
I liked, as you said, the one with he and Pusha. There's a couple of good ones on there.
Yeah.
If I never have to hear Jadakiss on auto-tune again in my life, I'm good.
I'm good, man.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear Jada like that.
Never again.
I want to hear him
remember him like
on
that,
some
dude.
Swiss beats. You know what I'm saying?
Need a Swiss Beats record.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you needed a
What's
Swiss.
Jadakiss' best record?
Oh, come on, man. It's tough right there. What level?
I thought you was from
Nah,
rock me.
nah.
Because I don't answer Weezy question. You see
Yeah,
that?
he been low key lately. Yeah.
I know he's trying to set it up
Nah,
for a
you
big
got it.
unveil.
Yeah.
My favorite Jadakiss record is Why.
Is that a We Gonna Make It, right?
We gonna make it for sure. We gonna make it. Most definitely. Speaking of we gonna make it. It's Fresher Than Your Average Podcast. Featuring myself and my dog Animal Brown. It's a self-help fashion podcast directly related to improving everyday fashion. Same great content with a new name. Catch our latest issue. Issue number 60 will be up as you hear this directly for the culture. Hit the hotline 629-777-5565 and drop a fashion-related voicemail so we can answer that question on the next issue. Where your kicks and cop response. Jeff, we got 10 good wrestling seconds.
I'm gonna try to give you 10.
All right, let's start the
It's been a
clock.
slow week, obviously so. WrestleMania is still on as of now.
Okay.
The city of Tampa has said they are waiting on WWE to make a choice, and WWE has yet to say anything. They have moved the live recording of SmackDown of this week to the Performance Arts Center in Orlando, where they do NXT. So they've started to change a little bit, but WWE is definitely saying, you know what, we're gonna ride this out and see what happens for the biggest show of the year.
Okay.
AEW has moved their show coming up this week to another performance studio. So people are taking precautions in the wrestling world.
As you should, man.
As you should.
Sure, man. Wash your hands. For
Please.
Sure.
Wash your hands.
Tweet us with questions throughout the week at Full Sport Press. Don't forget to comment, give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down on the YouTube page, on the iTunes page. Please rate and subscribe. And more importantly, don't forget to tell a friend.
To tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
That the revolution will be podcasted. And before we get started with the first half, Weezy, do you have a yellow box of Cheerios award recipient for the listeners?
I do. This week's award recipient is Thomas Stemen.
Stemen. Yeah, Thomas Stemen for sure. Surveillance footage from a local store shows a man following a woman into a store in the cart area, where you pick up the buggies, and he bumped into her. He appears to have something in his right hand. She jumps and put her hands to her side. They appear to speak to each other, and he kind of looks around and walks off. The woman later testified that she had been poked by something, which came out to be a syringe.
Oh.
The victim is now on preventative medications for this reason. Thomas Stemen, whom Weezy mentioned earlier, was taken into custody a week after the incident as he was positively identified as the suspect. He has been charged with first and second degree assault as well as reckless endangerment. You want to know why?
Yeah.
During a raid to the suspect's home, several syringes containing semen were found during the investigation, and the police assumed the woman was poked with the same syringe that they found in the home. Police believe there may be additional victims. They had no idea this was going on. This might be our worst yellow box.
Prime.
What in the, do you know? So many ways I can go about this. People mentally have things going on with them. Sick dude. Not a lot I can say about it.
World be a better place.
World to be a better place. You hear me?
You mean he's walking?
Yeah. That's exactly what he doing.
Nah.
Dude.
We got to prime now.
Yeah, dude, that's the worst one.
That's on the way.
That's on the way.
That might be there.
That might
It might be there.
Already there.
Yeah.
But something else too. Somebody, the world be a better place.
World be a better place.
Nah,
he need the corona.
Whoa. All right, let's get started the first
Let's
half.
go and give him the corona.
The first half is underway.
First half, the hottest sports news of the past week, like we do each and every week here at the Full Sport Press Podcast. Before we get started, I am J. Ho.
It's your boy Big Jeff.
And Weezy, what it do?
Weezy, where can they find you at on social media, my brother?
Lights out Weezy. But I'm at FSP_Weezy on IG, and I'm at Weezy on Twitter. Holla at me.
For sure, where you at, Jeff?
I'm Jay Easley 84 across all social media platforms.
And I'm JAIHOV on Instagram and Twitter. Have a conversation with me on Twitter. Keep the North Carolina comments to a minimum or you will be blocked.
Ooh.
Let's keep it moving, man, with the first half. Our season never happened.
Pretty much.
We'll talk about that in the second half.
Yeah, for sure.
Man, it was a lot of love.
Season never happened. Season never happened. Thursday, fellas, was the day the sports died almost everywhere. We began the week thinking about doctor recommended safety measures. We ended in what might you call what we're in right now is a state of emergency.
Yeah.
Broadway was shut down. Disneyland's closed. Concert tours been canceled or will be in the foreseeable future. The United States of America has paused everyday life. The country is finally, after Rudy Gobert saved the world. It's not
We're gonna circle back to Rudy.
Yeah, for sure.
You the one that started this, buddy.
They decided that the coronavirus is a top priority for the entire first half of this week's podcast. We're discussing how the virus changed the trajectory of sports in 2020. Let's kick it off with NCAA sports. Now, primarily, basketball. This year's tournament is over, guys.
It's tough.
It's
Done.
over.
It's just the best time of the year, man.
Yeah.
So for me, as a sports fan,
Yeah, Jeff.
I get it.
Yeah.
Like February, March, April, May, June. That little run right there. You end with the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The basketball
Come
picks
on.
up, and then this March, man.
Come on. Then you go right into the NBA playoffs, then right to the finals.
Then you good.
In
Then it's
between that,
summertime.
there's an NFL draft. Then you got summer league, bro. This
It
is
is
the best time of the year for sure. But I almost felt as if NCAA basketball was too big to cancel. Of course, it's $900 million. Yeah, for sure. It's 900 million reasons why. All that money that they bring in, brackets, bookies. It's one of the more lucrative months for all parties involved. But college basketball players, man. What about the seniors? What should they do for the seniors?
I honestly think they got to give them one more year. Like, if they want it. Now, of course, some kids are going to go pro. They think they can go pro. Go ahead and whatever. But I think if a kid wants to come back and have that extra year of eligibility, he should be awarded that.
Now,
he or she.
Now, what they've done already is put in a provision as to where spring sports athletes have an extra year of eligibility because the spring hadn't even started yet.
And it might not.
Like track and stuff like that. So they can come back for their senior year per se. But this was a terrible day for seniors and basketball players and just women, men, however you're involved in winter sports and you're still going. Nobody wanted to see it, but they made the right decision. But in the sport of basketball, dude, people whose names were made in March. Look at Kemba Walker. You look at Dwayne Wade. Ja Morant gets this top 3, top 5 billing because of what he did in the tournament. So I don't think a 20-man roster in college basketball will be sufficient because you're going to stunt the growth of somebody that was setting out to be a viable player the next year. So then somebody has to pay for it. Room and board. That's just not, they can only play a semester. No, they got to play a whole year. So you got to have room and board. You have to find space for them on the roster. I just don't think that'll be beneficial, man.
Is that
long term?
Is that a real idea?
It's a real idea. Yeah, bringing people back. So, for example, you're a TSU basketball fan. Mikey Littlejohn would be able to come back next year. You see what I'm saying? Wes Harris. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean,
they don't want that. They don't want that.
Yeah.
I mean, but okay. Yeah, they may not be to come back for the team that they're on, but they could be a grad granted the eligibility to be able to transfer to another school.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Give them that opportunity. It's not like they were hurt.
No.
You know what I mean? It's just
catastrophic event.
Yeah, catastrophic. Say that again.
Yeah, no, for sure. What about recruiting? In normal time, head coaches are able to go out between April 15th through May 31st. Spring is a big evaluation period. As Weezy knows, that's when you find a lot of your gems. In the spring. How will that help? Because you can't do spring football now. That's done.
No, you better not. At this point, it's like the safety, of course. That's going to be the key word we're going to be saying all day long. Safety, safety, safety. So I get it. You can't get out there and flying from state to state, home to home, area to area. You know what I mean? And God forbid you be the guy who has it, that you dropping it off to somebody in Wisconsin and Idaho and things like that.
Right.
That's a terrible thing. So no, I totally understand. I think that period, the calendar is going to be shifted for a year, or we're going to have to just miss something. But something's going to have to be shifted down, especially for spring sports like that.
And they've already canceled EYBL basketball for the summer, so that's done.
No AAU?
No AAU this year, like Nike circuit stuff.
Yeah.
They're thinking about canceling the McDonald's All-American game. They've already canceled the Jordan brand.
Jordan game,
So,
oh, wow.
Yeah,
I think the McDonald's was canceled today.
Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah,
for sure. I just saw the Jordan brand. But what about the 2020 football season? So that's the next big sport on the college football or just the college calendar period. 6 months away.
Yeah.
I think football is arguably, Jeff, you can attest to this, probably the most intimate sport that you could play. You're in an arena, 100,000 people, stadium, and then
room.
22 players and that nasty.
That football
you thought a
room.
basketball locker
football
room
locker room
nasty?
is the worst. It's the pits of hell in the football locker room. The football locker room, if a coach don't stay on you, is the worst place you ever want to be.
Yeah, the visitor locker room especially.
So we just got to make sure that this coronavirus is on the run before football starts, because in turn it could be spread so easily. And we'll talk about other sports as we move along, but dude, football?
Yeah,
I guarantee the NFL's already working on something.
They have to.
Gotta be proactive now.
Yeah, you got to.
The leagues the sports that we're playing now were reactive. NFL has a chance to be proactive.
Yeah. That's right. And they want to look the smartest anyway. They want to look like they know everything anyway. So they're already gonna have a master idea.
Great point. Let's move on to the NBA. The NBA suspended their season indefinitely. When will the season restart?
Oh,
I think, you know what? I really think the NBA might be done.
Unfortunately. Because if they take the 30 days off, that's April. They're automatically saying it's going to be 30 days off. So that's April. And then you have playoff races going on, and you're just going to automatically say, well, we don't care about the teams that were in certain positions in certain spots. They won't be able to make that up. And that's going to factor into the playoffs. So unless you shorten the playoffs and go back to, or create some wild tournament for the year, I don't know what you can do.
That might be something, Jeff. A wild double elimination tournament, something like that.
Single elimination. Make it work. Just make it work. Just put it all to the wall at that point.
Playoffs were scheduled to start on April the 18th.
Right.
So you have LeBron James trying to get this 5th MVP. I think with Giannis being out, he's going to play limited minutes in these next 17, 18 games that they were about to play. I think LeBron James surpasses him because of the way that he's going to keep this Los Angeles Lakers train rolling. Mm-hmm. So in turn, that's going to be negated. I also think with a team like Memphis, who was about to implode in front of us. I think New Orleans gets that 8th spot. You know, so in turn, man, it's a lot of stuff that will be missed out. Or Sacramento, for sure. So I don't know. It is a possibility, though. I think they just have to see how this outbreak is extended. You know, is it in a situation where they play the rest of those games without fans? The Rockets have came out, the Knicks have came out. Who cares what the Knicks think?
Right. At this point.
That they don't want to play in empty arenas. So
it's these next 2 weeks are pivotal because if these outbreaks continue to increase, which I think they will, as much as it could. There's no way we can play at that point. But if it somehow gets a cap or somehow gets under wraps, for lack of a better word, we may have a shot. But I just don't see it happening.
And you look at how everything is set up for the season; they have a little time to kind of maneuver, figure things out. But if you push it back, then it messes up the start of the draft, and you have to push the draft back. You have to push back Summer League. And I think if you expedite the playoffs, everything's a best of 5, and then it'll be asterisks by, we didn't get a full run. Everybody would have that talk too. So, and then do the Olympics.
Olympics is done.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah. It's. I don't know if it's a real thing, but it's too worldwide. Too many people come from too many different countries.
Yeah.
It's done. And
with financial ramifications, the league could look at losing right to $400 million if they don't play these games, man. That's 259 total games that they're going to miss out on if they don't play these games. That's $330 million in ticket revenue. Yep. So if owners aren't receiving revenue during this hiatus, they might as well decide, hey, we're not paying the players.
It could happen.
That could happen.
That could happen.
So stay tuned for that.
Save your chicken.
Save your chicken.
Watch your mentals.
Yeah, man.
Man, save your chicken. NFL. Now, they are on the clock as well. Now, they canceled annual league meetings. Everything else is going on schedule per se right now. What is the NFL's look long term for this?
They are in a great spot right now because nothing is actually happening in the arenas or in the stadiums right now. Sure. Everything is happening in the front office, and you can do that stuff from your home.
Exactly.
You can cut players. We see players already getting cut now from certain teams. Shout out to Weezy's guys. The Titans made a big move today.
Atlantic Walker.
Yeah. So, that's already happening. But so they're in a good space right now for that. But it's going to reach a time where they got to make a decision as well because training camps, mini camps, rookie camps, the draft, the whole thing they had going in Vegas with the draft, that's coming up.
They're probably gonna cancel that. I think with NFL, what's gonna hurt them, people don't know about, is they've already cut down pro days, where you can't go to a pro day. There's no pro day. Everything's FaceTime and all that stuff. That's big. That's a big deal.
100%.
That's a big deal because people like Bill Belichick go to pro days. They don't even go to the draft. I mean, they don't even go to the combine. But he'll go to the pro day.
Sure.
And spot out a gym. Hey, we're gonna draft you to clear around. Just be patient. You know what I'm saying? That's huge.
And they canceled the HBCU combine as well. That was supposed to happen March 27th through 29th. So the NFL draft for sure is held in Vegas this year, April 23rd through the 25th. That most definitely will be put in a situation where they're not going to have fans like how they had in Nashville last year. It's just going to be, media and just the players coming out.
Controlled amount of media.
Yeah.
In a room.
Yeah. So I don't know with the NFL, but I think they are in the best position as far as the major sports right now.
They're further. Their kickoff is further off than everyone else. They're in college football.
Yeah. XFL, Jeff. The inaugural season has been suspended as well. And after each team's played 5 of their 10 games on their regular season schedules, the league has said it came out is committed to paying the players fully for the next year and also benefits. And they're looking forward to playing in 2021. So that's a good sign.
That's a good sign.
Yeah.
And the league didn't have a chance. I mean, I hate to sound like this. The league didn't have a chance to fall off.
That's true.
and ratings has kind of leveled out, and then seeing what they were getting. So we're going to get a second year anyway.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have seen this league finish out and crown a champion.
Yeah.
But at least we're going to be back next year.
Your boy Cardell let you down.
Woo! Cardell Jones.
Boy Cardell Jones. Boy. Had a spark when he started, and now
Yeah,
he's just garbage.
Who boy? Was that your boy, Jay?
Nah.
Yeah, that's my guy.
Nah, it's Jeff's guy.
Yeah, I take it.
12 gauge.
12 gauge. Yeah.
All right, 12 games.
He's need a check. He's need a change.
Yeah, okay. He had it.
He had it.
Ooh.
He got bitched.
Let's move on to the NHL. With the NBA and the NHL team using many of the same home arenas for home games, it made sense for the NHL to do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I think they'll push back. I think they will follow the exact schedule as the NBA because their season
Mimics a little bit.
mimics exactly. They use the same arenas, and also at the same time, their schedule is maybe I think 2 weeks off. So I think they start 2 weeks before the NBA season does.
I think so. I think
So with that being said, I think that original calendar makes sense for the season to end on April the 4th and the playoffs to begin that week. I think that timetable will be pushed around a little bit and trying to figure out how they can accommodate both playoff seasons with some of those teams both playing in the same season. So
For sure.
MLB, Major League Baseball is delaying the start of its season 2 weeks. Is that something that baseball needs to worry about? Because let me tell you something. What people don't realize, baseball locker rooms is just as nasty as football.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Man.
Some wild boys play baseball.
Yeah.
And with baseball, you got to realize every time a player touches a bat or something, it's coming from somebody else's hands.
100%.
Every touch a helmet is coming from the bat boy. Like,
Stuff you don't even think about.
so many germs with baseball is unbelievable.
Yeah. And the regular season is supposed to start on March the 26th. It's inevitable for cities across the country that are on incubation period.
Yeah.
It's going to large public gatherings are banned, so they'll have to play it. Do you think baseball will extend their season or just kind of pick up and shorten the season?
I think baseball is going to be smart enough to shorten their season, and they might find something that works for them even more.
It might be
This
it might be
the
good
best
for
thing
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they can shorten their season up by about 40 games. Next thing you know, they got some rolling, and it'd be real, and it'd work out for them even better.
Sure. Soccer. The U.S. soccer team has canceled all men's and women's senior national team matches in March and April, and the MLS season has been suspended for at least 30 days. They only got to play in 2 games. So I think with soccer, as far as everything, as far as calendars are related, I think they have the loosest because they can find a way to go in different situations as far as arenas. So I think soccer will push back their actual calendar just a little while, not as much as you would say NBA or MLB.
And they aren't competing against other sports using the same place. Like, you know what I mean? Like you can play a football game on Sunday and have the soccer field down that next Wednesday night, and it won't even be the same, situation. So they're not competing against the same thing. So you're right with that loose calendar for the soccer though.
The MMA, they have an event that's getting pushed in Brazil.
Yeah.
So they're going ahead business as usual. Yeah. Is that something that can be beneficial to them?
They're gonna be the only game in town for this weekend. There's nothing else.
Hell yeah.
I don't care about who it is. I might order it just because I ain't seen sports in a while.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. And last but not least, the PGA Tour canceling 3 events plus Augusta National postponing the Masters, which is a big deal. How is that going to affect the sports calendar?
Well, Tiger, the biggest name in the sport, this is his best event, the Masters. And so if you lose Tiger and the best event, what is the common fan watching for golf? I mean, the purists going to be there regardless.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. But the common fan?
See, I think golf, this might be the biggest one out of all of them because this is their championship.
Yeah.
This is their Super Bowl.
Yeah. And the thing is with the Masters, their whole thing is the beginning of spring. I think the Masters is supposed to start April the 9th. So you have the green, everything's green, everything's new, fresh for spring. So if you do that in May, June, it won't have the same look, but it'll still be hot out there and they'll be playing at a high level still. But you have to push it back. Yeah. For sure. The main thing is I think the country finally realized how big this pandemic was actually becoming. And we had no idea how much it affected everybody until Rudy Gobert touched every mic
Yeah, he could.
and picked up every jock strap in the locker room
Yeah.
and informed everybody that the coronavirus is real.
Yeah.
And I think he saved the world, for lack of a better word.
Yeah. When we look back on this, we're going to give him his flowers.
Oh, yeah, no, he got worse of the week for me, but he did save the world.
Yeah.
So who's likely to bounce back on time? Which sport first?
Like as far as the major sports?
Yeah. Which one? Who's like, all right.
Well, there's nothing as far as playing an actual game.
Yeah.
I think it'll be the NBA. It's too much money. You can't lose $400 million.
On top of what you lost from China in the
You
preseason.
lost $500 from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was a
Good
tough year
question.
for the NBA.
Wait, y'all remember when the Ivy League canceled their games a month ago almost, and we clowned them?
Yeah.
People was clowning them.
Man.
They Ivy League for a reason. They Ivy League for a reason.
Boy, now you
Pod.
You know what I'm saying?
Boy, you podding at a high level, boy. You guys ready to get started with halftime?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
We're at the midway point. Enjoy all of the halftime festivities.
Halftime. In case you missed it, it's taking a week hiatus. We have Jeff is on the clock. Now, last week, we informed our listeners. You can go back and listen of eating challenges.
Uh-oh.
That's that Roni, ain't it?
Uh-oh.
Come on,
Is that that Roni, cuz?
Nah, you good. Come on.
Okay. We informed our listeners. Ooh. We informed our listeners of eating competitions and this pristine numbers. One stood out to Jeff. Patrick Bertoletti's chugging of a 22-ounce Slurpee in just 9 seconds. If you go back and listen, Jeff said, "Oh, I can do that. That's done with ease."
I didn't say that.
That's what you said.
I did say it done with ease.
You said you give them all the
That's
smoke you
done.
I
want.
said I won't smoke with that. That's what my exact words is I won't
You
smoke
said
with
you won't smoke with that, right?
You got the smoke.
Well, you got to smoke.
got the smoke.
You got to smoke. The
got
smoke
the
is
smoke.
here.
Yes,
The
it's
smoke is here.
cold
Cameron.
smoke.
No, it's cold smoke. So in turn, Jeff, now we've came to the conclusion that you said you can do it in 9 seconds because this is a Guinness Book of World Records.
He's a
Holder.
made guy. He
Okay?
does this.
So we're going to double up your time and we're going to let you see if you can finish this. And not 18 seconds because that would be doubling. 15 seconds, Jeff.
All right.
All right. So in turn,
On the clock.
the clock is about to start momentarily. Jeff, are you ready? I say, Jeff, are you ready?
Let's do it. Okay, you gonna count it down? Right?
In 5.
Okay, all right, cool.
4, 3, 2.
Hold on.
I had to set him up. I had to set him up. You together.
I'm rolling.
Okay. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No, it ain't. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. He's coming out. Yes, it is.
Drink it! Drink it!
You ain't doing that. You ain't doing nothing. That's the whole point. We had 15 seconds.
Come on, man. You on the clock?
Yeah, 18 seconds.
I ain't do it.
Nah.
I ain't like.
No, it's not.
Finish.
Where you at?
Finish, man.
You ain't doing nothing.
Finish.
You ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing nothing.
Come on, man. You
No,
gotta
we
finish.
here.
We
And
live.
that shit ain't ice. He just can't do it. No, it ain't.
You gotta finish, man.
Wait.
Don't not finish that.
You not finish it. That's 20. That's a 22-ounce drink. And go.
I ain't got it.
No, you gotta finish.
I ain't got
Jeff.
it.
Jeff,
I'm
you
gonna
gotta
finish it, but I ain't got
Now
it.
you gotta finish. Come on, one more time.
I don't got
One
it.
more time, Joe.
I'm telling you, I don't got
You
it.
got one more in you. One more. You got one more in you. Let's go. One more. One more. You gotta have one more. Hey, here we go. You got one.
Ain't done.
That's good. That's good.
That's a good try. That was a minute.
That's a minute.
Record show.
Let the record show. You went.
I did it. I tried it.
You tried it.
You tried
You
it.
got about 10 ounces
Yeah, I got a lot to go.
in a minute.
But it don't look like his look.
It don't look. Yes, it does,
shut
man.
Look at this.
So
And that
you want
is-
to try it again next week?
No.
And that is,
I got it.
in case you missed it, Jeff missed it.
I missed
it. You missed it.
Do you have a brain freeze?
No, I don't have. As I'm saying, I don't even have a brain freeze. It just wasn't. I just couldn't drink.
Sign me up for the chicken wings, man. Sign me up.
Next week for the chicken wings.
Sign me up for the chicken
Next week
wings.
for the chicken wings. Next week for the chicken wings.
Sign me up for the chicken wings.
That is it. We have Weezy signing up. Now, what is it? We want to have it on record. How many wings in how many minutes?
How many you want to do? You can't. I ain't gonna do more than 20. I can do. Let's do 7 in
A minute?
3 minutes.
No.
That's not.
No, let's do 7 in a minute and 30 seconds.
You want me to throw up over the damn thing? Come on. You want me to eat 7 wings in 1 minute?
Not in a minute. I said a minute. Okay, 3 minutes. We'll go with that. 3 minutes.
3
7 wings.
7 wings.
Nah, 2 minutes. 10 wings in 3 minutes. There we go. 10 wings in 3 minutes. Deal?
Lemon pepper.
Lemon pepper.
All right.
And there we have it. We'll see you guys next week. Let's get started with the second half.
The second half is underway.
Second half, the 2019-2020 NCAA basketball postseason show. I am J-Ho.
It's your boy Big Jeff.
I'm Weezy. What it do?
Weezy, the final buzzer has sounded on the 2019-2020 college basketball season, and the coronavirus pandemic shattered college sports in all. The NCAA canceled its showcase men's and women's basketball tournaments and conferences around the country, abandoned plans for the games in the months ahead. As we are in full swing of the newly named March Sadness, Full
Yes,
Sport
so
Press
appropriate.
is looking back at the regular season and comparing our preseason predictions to our postseason picks for each award. Let's kick things off with the Bob Cousy Award, which is the top point guard in college basketball. Now my preseason pick was Cassius Winston, Michigan State. Who's your postseason pick? And what preseason and postseason pick, Jeff?
My preseason pick was also Cassius Winston.
Mm-hmm.
My postseason pick, I'm switching up a little bit. Young Marcus Howard from Marquette.
Mm-hmm.
27 a game.
Yeah.
Buckets.
Yeah.
I like my guards like that. Like my point guard.
That's what you do.
You gotta go get a bucket with my point guard. I like that.
Marcus Howard scored 51 in the game this year, dog.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's a bucket. Yeah, he's somehow also my pick in postseason. Bob Cousy Award somehow added a full point onto his scoring average.
Yeah.
Led the league, not the league, the NCAA in scoring. And just one of those dudes. I think if he would have played, just like how do you remember last year?
Okay.
When Carson Edwards played at Purdue.
Okay.
And he was killing throughout it. And then I think they got beaten in the Elite Eight. He got drafted in the first round after that.
Right.
I think the exact thing would have happened to Marcus Howard. He was only 8 points away from passing J.J. Redick as a top 20 NCAA scorer, man. So I think him not playing in the actual tournament, we missed out on that.
We get robbed of a moment. 'Cause I think he would have had a moment in the tournament.
For sure.
Like 40 or 50
Marquez
point game.
bad, though.
But
So they would have to play deep into the actual tournament and then maybe got in like that.
Yeah.
But that's tough. What about you guys, Weezy?
Coach Locke's preseason pick was Cassius Winston.
Mm-hmm.
So was I. And his postseason pick was Devon Dotson from Kansas.
A bucket.
And my postseason pick was Trey Jones, man, from Duke.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
You talk bad about him.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. He shut me up.
Yeah.
He shut me up.
Yeah. ACC Player of the Year.
That's all I asked.
Yeah. And he did.
That's all I asked.
Yeah. And I think the thing that we were saying about Trey Jones is that he's a throwback point guard.
He is.
Yeah, no, for sure. So that's rough.
All right, let's move on to the Jerry West Shooting Guard of the Year award.
Mm-hmm.
My preseason pick was Miles Powell.
Mm-hmm.
Jay, how about you?
My preseason pick was Miles Powell. My postseason pick is Miles Powell. 21 points a game against the schedule. I think one of the more difficult schedules in college basketball. Often carried that Seton Hall offense that struggled to find a way. His three-point shooting was down throughout the year, but his first Seton Hall player that was an All-American since Walter Dukes in 1953. So doing some work, man. Miles Powell.
I double back me and Coach Locke, both of them Miles Powell 2 times.
For sure.
Postseason and preseason.
Yeah.
Miles Powell's a solid pick for everything you said, Jay, but I also had Anthony Edwards with Georgia.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, you put me on him. Not even gonna lie. You know, the show that we did, the preseason show we did, I didn't know much about the guy before that. Watched him throughout the season. Like, exciting player.
Yeah.
Doesn't have a lot around him, of course.
Nah.
But he's must see TV.
Ant-Man can.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Ant-Man can. Let's move right along to the Julius Erving Small Forward of the Year award. My preseason pick was Jordan War from Louisville. Weezy, who you guys got?
Coach Locke had his preseason pick was Jordan Noel, Louisville. His postseason pick, he went right back with it. My preseason pick was Kerry Blackshear from Florida.
Damn.
It hurt me.
It hurt you? Set you back a little bit right there.
I went right back with Jordan Noel from Florida. I mean from Louisville, yeah.
For sure.
All right, so my preseason pick was Jordan Noir for Louisville, but I changed it up though, man. I'm going with Corey, excuse me, Kispert from Gonzaga.
Okay.
14 points a game, 4 rebounds, 2 assists a game. Top outside shooting threat for Gonzaga, one of the best teams in the nation, on the nation's top offense.
Yeah.
Second leading scorer. My kind of player, man. Get some bucket.
Solid
ball player.
My bad. My pick for postseason pick was Jordan War. Served as a prototypical stretch four for the Cardinals, who kind of underachieved this year, but I think they were going to make a good run throughout March. Just a consistent player, prone to have some scoring slumps, played bad in ACC play, but generally when he was active, he was playing better. So still solid season for Jordan. I think he'll be a lottery pick. Oh, for sure.
If they have a draft.
Okay. Not bad at that, though. I mean, he does have a pro game.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I got you. All right, let's move on to the Karl Malone Power Forward of the Year award. My preseason pick was Jalen Smith from Maryland. Weezy, who'd you have? Who'd you guys over there have?
My preseason pick, Coach Locke's preseason pick was Xavier Tillman from Michigan State. His postseason pick was Obi Toppin from Dayton. My preseason pick was Reggie Perry from Mississippi State.
Make a way, Sean Walsh. You got to make a way with those guys. Yeah,
hurt me. I went right back with Obi Toppin, man.
Yeah,
he come out. Where'd he come from?
Came out of nowhere, man. Had a solid freshman year,
he did.
And his sophomore campaign. And those Dayton Flyers, man, they were gonna make some noise. My preseason pick was Namadi. What was his first name? Okay, Diakite from Virginia.
Yeah.
And my postseason pick was Obi Toppin as well, man. They didn't play in a lot of close games. They were playing in the A-10. He's the best player in the A-10, but he was a scoring machine, dunking everything that he saw in sight. He went between the legs in a game, dog.
Yeah.
Man, that was different. Scored in double figures in every game but one, and produced 8 double-doubles, helping the Flyers to a school record 29 wins. It's supposed to keep growing, man.
Yeah.
So I think he put himself all the way in a lottery pick,
Yeah,
and he would have played his way into a top 5 pick throughout the actual tournament. So that's my pick.
My postseason pick was young Killian Tilly.
Yeah.
From Gonzaga. Senior from France. Hey, man, senior from France says it all. 13 points a game, 5 boards, 2 assists in all his games, 22 games this year. He's a solid force in the middle for them, Pauls. Yeah, I go from Gonzaga.
Okay.
Going heavy Gonzaga for my.
Yeah, I see you believed in those Zags.
And I did actually
okay.
going for the
Okay.
I'm not going to even see that.
I got bit by that bug last year. Don't do it. The next award is the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Center of the Year award. My preseason picks was Udobe Azubuike, Kansas. What you got, Jeff?
Preseason was James Wiseman from Memphis.
Yeah, he was
You know how that played
He's
out.
on that Memphis way. What about you guys?
Coach Locke went Udoga Azubuike with both of them.
Okay.
Postseason and preseason. My preseason pick was James Wiseman. I was on that train with you, Jeff.
Sure.
Yeah,
True.
And my postseason was Azubuike from Kansas.
Okay. Dog.
That kid played his way into the national spotlight.
For sure.
Yeah.
He's a dinosaur, though.
Well, it's not
Yeah.
okay.
But he's a great college player. Azubuike is a great college player. It took him 4 years to get there, often injured. But there's a center that had a better year than him.
Cool. Before we move on to that center that had a better year than him, you don't think that he can be a defender in the NBA
Can't defend.
or a center or force in the? You don't think he can develop
Back to the
that?
basket, hook, left, right. That's something
That's
he
what I'm
can
saying.
do.
But you don't think it'll work for him?
Nah, too slow. NBA, bro.
I won't argue it.
Russell Westbrook played 5 now, dog.
Hey,
You see what I'm saying?
Hey.
Like, nah, he's a dinosaur. My postseason pick is Luka Garza from Iowa.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, 33 points in a game, man, over Michigan. He just single-handedly improved everything in his junior year. Closed the year with 16 consecutive 20-point scoring performances, dog. Come on, man. I don't think the way that we saw Luka Garza at the beginning of the year clearly, see him how he is, I think he'll win a lot of awards this year, man. So Luka Garza is my guy. Just the consistency stuff.
It was a toss-up with me between Luka Garza as
Sure.
well and Vernon Carey
Oh,
from the freshman from Duke.
wow.
18 points a game, 8 boards. Kids, he's playing under Coach K. He's playing under the spotlight.
Yeah, he
Duke
is.
was poised to make a run. They definitely were going to not overachieve this year, but we had them being low on the ACC floor starting the preseason show,
Yeah,
and they're leading the ACC right now.
it was.
They were.
Yeah,
The season's over.
Yeah,
But
season's over. Yeah.
God, dog,
Yeah.
man.
That's rough, man.
But this kid, I really thought he would be the center of the year for me.
Yeah, shout out to Vern.
All right, breakout player of the year.
Mm-hmm.
My preseason pick was Isaiah Livers from Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
Jay, what about you?
My preseason pick was Ayo Dosunmu from Illinois. My postseason pick is Peyton Pritchard, senior from Oregon. His points went up from 12 to 20. He's a guy that started 4 years for that Oregon team, 140 games, dog, out of 144 total. So increasing his 3-point percentage, converted his 2-point attempts at a higher level. Already a really good player. He elevated to a dominant level for the Oregon Ducks, man. So Peyton Pritchard. What about you guys? Weezy.
All right. Coach Locke's preseason player was Reggie Perry from Mississippi State. And his postseason player is Obi Toppin from Dayton.
Yeah, for sure. He broke out.
Yeah, no.
Obi broke out.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's why. My bad. Wiz, go ahead. Did you finish?
My preseason player for breakout player was Cole Anthony.
That ain't that bad, y'all. Chill. He had a good year. Yeah. He missed 14 games.
Cole I'm just messing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then my postseason breakout player was Trey Jones.
Okay.
Trey Jones. No, tell me y'all thought Trey Jones was gonna be.
He got ACC Player of the Year.
Yeah,
So,
come
that's
on.
a breakout. That's a breakout.
Yeah.
I was going to give you some shit about that. That's right. He broke out. He broke out the glass.
I mean, who thought he was gonna be even a candidate for that? In the ACC.
Duke, especially, well, you have to look at the team, right? Vernon Carey was the only person that could go get a bucket. They got a lot of freshmen there. Cassius Stanley, excuse me. A lot of different players. They were young, though. Trey Jones was the person that was going to get all the spotlight, and he did, man. Did a great job for the Duke Blue Devils.
And this is why I had Obi Toppin.
Okay.
Game 27-2.
All right.
Breakout player.
Let's move right along to the biggest impact transfer. My preseason pick was Kerry Blackshear Jr. from University of Florida.
Nice.
What about you, Weezy?
Coach Locke was Kerry Blackshear from Florida. His postseason was Marco Teague from Baylor.
Okay. What you got?
All right, so for biggest impact transfer, my preseason pick was Justin Pierce from your Tar Heels.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I thought he was gonna do a good.
I
He
did.
was solid.
He was solid, but
yeah.
you
Hurt.
know.
It was, I think you know what I think that was.
Okay, talk to me.
Lights was too bright. He transferred from a small school to one of the biggest schools in college basketball. Yeah,
And it wasn't the same.
hell no.
But I moved for my postseason pick, Charlie Moore from DePaul.
Okay,
This kid, man, he had 16 points a game, 2 rebounds, 6 assists a game. He was on Kansas, didn't really do what he needed to do. And then the year before that, he was on California, found his home in DePaul, and they balling.
yeah, no, sure. That's a lot of moving.
Well, I mean, you know.
That's the whole point, though.
My postseason pick was Malachi Flynn from San Diego State, man.
Yeah, oh for sure. I agree. My postseason pick as well was Malachi Flynn,
I like that.
San Diego State.
I like that.
Transfer from Washington State, won both Player of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year honors in the Mountain West. Team only won 4 games the previous year. With him in control, they almost had a perfect season, man, in that conference as well. So scored in double figures in every Mountain West game, hitting 20-point mark 7 times in a row. Put San Diego State in major consideration for a number 1 bid. And I saw him play against TSU.
Yeah.
Gave us hell. So, sure.
Sure.
Speaking of mid-majors,
Mm-hmm.
let's move on to the mid-major player of the year. My preseason pick was Antoine Davis from Detroit Mercy. How about you? What are you about to say? Something?
No. I was
Okay.
gonna-
What about you, Weezy?
You was all in on Antoine Davis.
I
too.
was.
My preseason pick was Charles Bassett from West Kentucky.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Coach Locke's preseason pick was Charles Bassett from West Kentucky. His postseason pick was Obi Toppin.
That's cheating, but okay.
Hey, that's cheating. Lock cheating.
How he cheating?
They ain't no damn mid-major.
They
They
are.
are a mid-major team.
They
But they
are.
the number 1. They gonna get a number 1 overall seed.
But it's
So it's like
You
having
took it on head.
Gonzaga.
Yeah, that's what my pick was. The dude from Gonzaga.
Yeah, that's just like having a Gonzaga player as a mid, but they are in the mid-major conference.
Yeah.
So you're right. They do need to just move up. That's true.
There's rules to every part of the game.
That's true. That's true. My preseason pick was Lamina Diane.
Nice.
Cal State Northridge. My postseason pick is Lamina Diane from Cal State Northridge. Listen what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
I told you guys from this show
You did.
that this kid was a killer. And he was ineligible the first 7 games of the season. First 10 games of the season, they went 0-7. They ended up being 10-4 with him in the lineup, won the WCC. He was named Big West Conference Player of the Year for the 2nd year in a row, averaging 25 and 10. is that league this kid.
Yeah, no,
league him. He's a pro.
You were right about
He's a
him.
pro, dog. He better leave out this year because he's gonna be ineligible again.
Yeah, it's gonna be some. Yeah.
Go on, go to the league.
It's the reason
dog.
why he's in the NBA.
Go on, go to the league, dog.
Get out here.
Go get paid to do this, son.
Get paid.
So I had two. I had and then I stuck with Antoine though.
Okay.
Just his stats, man. Like he's on a bad team.
Very bad team.
He's on a bad team, but he's going down guns blazing every game.
Putting it up. Jeff, it's a theme.
That's my.
You got people going down with a blast. That's what you do.
These are my guys.
These are your guys for sure.
I still love ISO ball.
Yes, you do. It ain't going nowhere neither. Still here. All right, the next one is the best freshman not playing for a top 10 team. This is a rough one for me. I picked Romeo Weems from DePaul. Who'd you guys have, Weezy?
I had Isaiah Stewart from Washington.
Mm-hmm.
It's my preseason. Coach Locke had Anthony Edwards from Georgia as his preseason. I don't
believe that.
That's what he said.
That.
That's what he said.
That's tough.
His postseason was Anthony Edwards from Georgia too.
Okay.
It's tough, but my preseason was PJ Fuller from TCU.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's got to be.
Yeah. Oh, Anthony Edwards. I mean, wouldn't be Georgia was bad this year, and he was the only one that was consistent on that team. Top 5 pick. There's no question about that. But I went a different way. I picked Kofi Cockburn from Illinois. Just physically and mentally, he's as a bouquet 2.0. He's going to do the exact same thing for X amount of years, and he'll be at Illinois. Just Scott Underwood, his teams usually find a way to use guards. They're heavy with guards. They found a way to use Kofi, man, in a great year, and he was the Big Ten Player of the Year as a freshman. So Kofi Cockburn, man, my guy.
I went way.
Okay.
I went with Scottie Pippen Jr. from Vanderbilt.
Yeah. That was a hometown show. That was because you wanted you wanted that to really work for you. You wanted it to work for Vanderbilt.
Yeah, best shooter in the SEC as a freshman. Who can shoot better? Who can shoot better than Scottie Pippen Jr.?
Right. Who can shoot better than Scottie Pippen? That's semantics, dog. Scottie Pippen Jr. you crazy. I know what you're doing though. Okay.
All right, let's move on to our most. It's the controversial one right here, cameraman. Most overrated player.
Mm-hmm.
My preseason pick, I had Trey Jones.
I think we all did.
I didn't.
Well, no, you didn't. All right, Jay, who did you have?
I had Silvio De Sousa from Kansas. And my postseason pick is Silvio De Sousa, sophomore from Kansas. This is the guy that picked up the chair against Kansas State.
He sure did.
Got suspended for 12 games. He received double-digit minutes once this season before his suspension. And he averaged 2 points and 2 rebounds over 18 games, 6'9". He was a 5-star McDonald's All-American. He was supposed to be the next big thing at Kansas. Scored double digits one time in his entire college career. That is the definition of an overrated player.
And will be remembered as the guy who picked up the chair.
I would love to have him at TSU, though.
Oh, definitely in the sunshine.
Yeah, for sure. You got Weezy.
Coach Locke's most overrated player preseason pick was Kalian Tile from Gonzaga.
Yes, Jeff's got Kalian Tile.
Kalian Tile from Gonzaga. His postseason pick was Khalil Whitney from Kentucky.
Sure.
Woo.
That's what he picked.
Straight.
My preseason overrated player was Trey Jones, of course.
Mm-hmm.
My postseason overrated player is Caleb Blackshear from Florida.
Okay, man. Let us down.
Show it is.
Let us down. Let Florida down. Mike White is not a good coach, though. He probably will be fired. We'll talk about that soon.
Yeah.
But that team underachieved this year. You got two McDonald's All-Americans on the team. You had a guy that Nembhard was supposed to come back and be a perennial All-Pro in the SEC. They totally underachieved.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
I had Jesus as well because of everything you said, and because he's going to be remembered as the guy who picked up the chair when he was supposed to be a 5-star recruit.
Yeah,
like you said, next big thing in Kansas, and couldn't stay on the court.
Yep,
and it just all went south for him. So I hope the kid turns it around. I hope he finds a home to get his career together somewhere else outside of Kansas.
Sure, preferably in Nashville, Tennessee.
Almost definitely in Atlanta to go to Sunshine. All right.
I'm up.
Yes, sir.
All right. So the next award is the coach on the hot seat. My preseason pick was Danny Manning, Wake Forest.
Well,
Jeff, what do you guys?
My preseason pick was a young Shaka Smart.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow Shaka Smart stayed around this whole season.
Yes, he should have. They went 19-12.
Yeah, he fixed it.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't fix it until this week.
Yeah, for sure.
And if they didn't make the tournament, which we won't know, his seat's still hot. So I kept Shaka Smart as my coach because if for some reason they didn't make the tournament, they were on the bubble.
Yeah,
he was out of there.
Yeah, no, I got you. I understand.
Coming off the NIT of last year and everything.
Yeah.
Coach Locke's preseason pick was Sean Miller from Arizona. His postseason pick is Shaka Smart from Texas.
Yeah.
My preseason pick was Shaka Smart from Texas. And my postseason pick, I'm going to go right back with Roy Williams. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. We'll go with Shaka Smart from Texas.
Yeah, Shaka won enough games. He'll be all right. That buy was crazy. My postseason pick was Richard Pitino from Minnesota. Another underwhelming campaign for little Pitino. His tenure has been mediocre, to say the best. Since winning the NIT after his first season, whenever the heat is on, the Gophers kind of fall away. You lose Isaiah Washington to a transfer and 2 other players. You go 2-6 against ranked teams. He's under contract until 2024, and that buyout is just $2 million, and it goes down to 1.75 next season. So, seat's hot, Lil Pitino. Seat is hot.
It's that last name, man.
Yeah, for sure.
But I hope Shaka's back next year.
Yeah, Shaka. Yeah, Shaka be back. He'll be back.
I don't know. Speaking of, what's the best conference in college basketball? Weezy, who'd you guys have?
Coach Locke had preseason pick ACC. His postseason pick is the Big 12.
Okay.
My preseason pick was the SEC, and I'm sticking right with the SEC.
Yeah, I don't believe that. My preseason pick was the ACC, and my postseason pick is the Big East. Yeah. It leads all conferences with an 80% winning percentage. Seton Hall, Villanova, and Creighton still fighting for that conference title before they canceled everything. 10 teams in that conference would have made the actual tournament this year. So, yeah, man, the Big East, blast from the past, is back playing good basketball.
One quick question. You said Seton Hall, Creighton, Villanova, right?
They were fighting, yes. 10 teams are going to make it, though.
And can any of them teams beat LSU?
Yeah, some of those teams can.
Can they beat Kentucky?
Villanova, nobody wants to play Villanova in the tournament. Nobody wants to play them.
Kentucky, LSU.
Yeah, those are the top tier of the teams.
Auburn. Can they beat Florida?
Yeah, some of those teams, just when they played against each other, like the Big East, way superior conference between them and the Big 12.
I think Kentucky beat all those teams.
Watch the Big East tournament.
Yeah,
as a whole, there's a lot of good teams.
There's a lot of good teams in the Big East.
So I don't know about 10 teams making it.
Yeah,
but I at least had 8.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I had Big East as well.
All right. Let's move on to the team that made the biggest jump in 2019-2020. My preseason pick was Seton Hall. I was believing in Miles Powell. Who you guys have, man?
I had Memphis.
Yeah, Memphis. You did. No, that's a good pick though.
Yeah, it's not. It is. Yeah, it didn't go. It didn't go the way I thought.
Hell no, it didn't. No, it didn't.
Preseason, it was a good pick.
Look good though.
Yeah.
All right, there with you, Jeff. I took Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Postseason.
Coach Locke's preseason was Seton Hall. His postseason is Dayton.
Yeah.
My preseason was Memphis, and my postseason is Dayton.
Damn right, it's Dayton.
My bad. I didn't get my postseason.
Yeah, go ahead.
My preseason was Memphis and Dayton because out of nowhere.
Yeah, out of nowhere. Dayton didn't get one preseason AP vote. Right. Not one. They ended up being 29-2, won 20 straight games, wide open tournament. I think they would have played deep into the Elite Eight. Mm-hmm. Fun to watch. More than 15% of their actual 2-point field goals were dunks, man. So highest in the entire college.
And I like to give the fans perspective of it. It's like you go from hearing about Dayton on college basketball talk. It's like, what? Then you watch them play. It's like, they really are good. Like, this is really team basketball. Like, they really got players in this Dayton. Like, that is insane. Yeah. So they definitely made the biggest jump to me. Gotcha. All right, so team that took the biggest fall. Team that took the biggest fall in 2019. Our preseason pick was Virginia. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Why you laughing?
Who's your postseason, Jeff?
My postseason?
Yeah.
UT?
Yeah. My preseason pick was Tennessee, and my postseason pick is North Carolina. A team that boasts 48 NCAA tournament appearances, 20 Final Four appearances, 6 national titles. One of the most successful college basketball programs besides UCLA and Kentucky. Since the ACC's tournament inception in 1954, we've never entered as the last seed. We did this year. Registers our 4th losing program since we joined the ACC in 1953, plagued by injuries this year.
Yeah, of course.
And we relied on inexperienced talent to get us there. We returned 1 starter from our Sweet 16 team last year, 1. And you got to think, we lost Kobe White. We lost Nas Little. Yeah. 2 of those players we thought were going to come back. I thought Kobe White was a 3-year player in North Carolina. He stayed 1 year. And so if he's there, it's a totally different team.
It's blossoming in there.
Yeah, no,
I'm proud of you, man.
So losing 5 major contributors, then if anybody loses 5 players from their program, man, it'll be tough for them. So Brandon Robinson got hurt. Cole Anthony missed 14 games, man. We had 10 different starting lineups. Rough year for us, but here's the thing. We have the number one recruiting class in the entire college basketball league next year.
Yes.
Watch what we do next year with a team that's more experienced, minus Cole Anthony. We're not going to lose anybody because nobody played good enough other than Cole Anthony. Yeah. So we'll be all right.
I'm going to be honest with you. I wanted to pick UNC, but since I really don't have a college basketball team, I didn't think it was fair to go at you like that.
That was an assault. It was an assault.
Yeah. So I didn't feel like it was fair because you couldn't, nobody you can go back and do
all good.
So, yeah. But that's why I chose UT. Weezy.
All right, my Coach Locke's preseason pick was Purdue. His postseason pick is North Carolina. My preseason pick was Texas Tech. My postseason pick was Vanderbilt.
Okay. You thought Vanderbilt was going to do something?
I thought they was going to win more than what they won.
Yeah, not with the first year coach.
What they won 2 games last year.
Oh, yeah. They only won 2 games?
I mean, they didn't win no games in the West Cup last year.
That's tough.
You knew that, man. He knew that, man.
Oh, that's tough.
Yep. All right, let's move on to Coach of the Year and our preseason pick. It's Chris Mack from Louisville. What you got, Jeff?
My preseason pick. My bad. Oh, my preseason pick was Penny Hardaway.
Yeah, it was.
Excuse me. Scroll down a little bit. Preseason pick was Penny Hardaway. I thought that team was going to shake up the world. Going to shock the world, cameraman. That's what I thought.
Thought it was y'all year.
Yes.
I
doubled down on it, too.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
But I got off that narcotic.
Yeah.
And Scott Drew from Baylor is my pick. They would have been a number 1 seed in the tournament. They won 23 straight games from a team from Baylor. 23 straight games. That's all I got to say about that.
Coach Locke's preseason pick was Mark Turgeon from Maryland. Turgeon from Maryland. His postseason pick was Anthony Grant for Dayton. He likes Dayton.
Nah, everybody does.
Dayton's solid roster.
My preseason pick was Roy Williams.
You did.
From North Carolina.
You did.
You looking at me, dog.
He did.
I sure did. My postseason pick was Scott Drew from Baylor.
Sure. My postseason pick is Anthony Grant, man. Dayton Flyers. When he was named the coach Dayton 2017, he inherited a team that was a perennial winner with Archie Miller. And they played in the Elite Eight with Archie Miller. And he went on to Indiana and is having a tough time there. But 3 years later, this is the best Dayton basketball team we've ever seen in the entire history of the program. So this is the first time a member of the Atlantic team got in the top 5. And if we were going into deep postseason play, that they make the Final Four. Though.
I would be scared to play there.
Yeah, man. It's a team you do not want to play.
Team ball. Like you said, yeah.
If there's an opening that he wants, Anthony Grant can get any job he wants. And if, it was a situation where Texas comes open, I think he should take that job. I don't want another black guy in Texas, though. It's rough, man. It's hard to win.
Charlie Strong.
Sure.
Let's move on to the National Player of the Year. My preseason pick was young Cassius Winston. Okay.
Yeah.
Weezy, who'd you guys have?
Coach Locke's preseason pick was Marcus Howard from Marquette. His postseason pick is guess who, Jay?
Obi Toppin.
Obi Toppin from Dayton.
Yeah. Coach love them damn Dayton Flyers.
My preseason pick was Cole Anthony from North Carolina.
Sure.
I'm hard to you about that because you guys be up on that.
Yeah. Best point guard in the country.
Oh.
My postseason pick was Obi Toppin from Dayton.
Yeah.
Young Obi.
Yeah. My preseason pick also was Cole Anthony from North Carolina. My postseason pick is Luka Garza from Iowa. He emerges as the clear choice. Blend of elite production and versatility and offense is amazing. Such one of those big post players, kind of similar to how good Frank Kaminsky, some of those big, not athletic, high-level basketball players that play center in college basketball, man. String of 20-point games is the third longest in Big Ten history. And he was also double-teamed, triple-teamed, fronted, bumped, harassed. And in every one of those games that was happening, he was still giving you 20, man. So killed the entire Big Ten. Yeah. All their centers, and their centers go all the way from Azubuike. He played all the way to Michigan's, all types of stuff, man. So, yeah, man. So Luka Garza is your National Player of the Year.
Everything you said, plus he's shooting 36% from 3. Ranked second nationally for 25 games and 20-plus points.
Yeah.
And fourth in offensive box plus minutes.
Yeah.
He's a stat stuffer, 10 boards a game.
Yeah.
Give me Luka.
Yeah, we'll be trashing the NBA. I'm tell you that right now.
I'm not saying league.
I
didn't say league.
I'm just saying if anybody's listening,
Let him enjoy his moment, man.
This is his moment. But I'm trying to tell you, the league's coming, and he
said, let him enjoy one, but he ain't got a future.
Passport.
Speaking of moment, we're not gonna get to hear one shining moment this year.
No one shining moment this year, man. It's tough. Yeah, man. And that puts a bow on the 2019-20 college basketball season. This was a down year for college basketball. Coming off a year like Zion Williamson being there, the emergence of Ja Morant, and then you come into this year, there was no clear cut must-see TV.
The two biggest players didn't play.
Exactly.
Yeah.
With Wiseman not playing, Ball playing overseas, R.J. Hampton playing overseas. This is the first year that the entire recruiting class that was top 5, none of them would have played postseason basketball.
It's crazy.
It just so happened nobody played postseason basketball, so it doesn't matter. That is it, man. Weezy, you are on the clock next week. You have...
I forgot that already.
Yeah, for sure, I didn't. You have 3 minutes to eat 10 wings.
Damn.
2 minutes? Nah, he can't do it.
Nah.
3 minutes. 3 minutes.
He got it. I think it was
3
3
minutes.
I believe it was.
For sure. Jeff let us down. Let the hood down. He missed it. In case you missed it, he missed it.
I missed it.
Whoever want to get the wings want 5 mile, 5 lemon pepper.
Okay. Ain't no big deal. Ain't no problem.
I'm just telling you.
Yeah, for sure. And that's another show in the books, man. Don't forget to wash your hands, everybody. Stay at the house. Go to your grocery store and stock up on some things, but don't go overboard. It's not that serious. It's serious.
It's serious.
But it's not that serious.
It's not that
It's serious.
It's serious.
It's serious.
It's serious.
But it ain't that serious. Sure.
You nervous?
Say your prayers, eat your vitamins.
Say your prayers, eat your vitamins, and wash your hands, for sure. And tweet us with questions throughout the week at Full Sport Press. Don't forget to comment and give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down on the YouTube page, on the iTunes page. Please rate and subscribe. But more importantly, don't forget to tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
Still a friend.
Weezy.
Everything paid for, baby.
Jeff.
Camera's always on, brother.
Cameraman, The Revolution will be podcasted. We are out.
Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
Thank you for listening to the Full Sport Press podcast. To catch up on prior episodes, visit the SoundCloud page. And don't forget to tell a friend to tell a friend.